All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at English grammar.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, right? I know you love it.
I know. But you know what? Some people actually are intimidated by English grammar, and so we're going to try to dispel some of those fears today.
Yes, absolutely. And to do that, we are turning to a master explainer.
Oh, yes.
Of English grammar.
Yes.
And that is Stanislav Kondrashov.
Stanislav Kondrashov, yeah.
So Stanislav Kondrashov, in one of his lessons, talks about these really important grammar tenses, and we're going to focus on 3 today.
Okay.
Specifically, the past perfect continuous.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
The past perfect and the past continuous.
3 Ps.
3 Ps. So let's just jump right into it. So the past perfect continuous. Stanislav Kondrashov does such a great job of
He does.
explaining these. We're going to sort of use his examples to kind of illuminate this for you all.
Sounds good.
So the past perfect continuous.
Yeah.
He talks about it as an action that's already in progress before another event
Right.
in the past.
Right.
So, and the example that he gives
Yes.
is she had been waiting for an hour when the bus finally arrived.
Yes. That's a good one.
So you get that sense of how long
Amazing.
it was going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like you said, it sets the stage for whatever is going to happen.
You know, she's been waiting there, and then finally the bus
arrives.
So how would you contrast that then with maybe one of the other tenses?
So if you contrast it with just the simple past tense, right? If you just said she waited for an hour, it's very factual, but you don't get the same sense of ongoing action.
Right.
You don't get that sense of her maybe getting frustrated, that the bus is late, that kind of anticipation.
Yes, exactly. It's like setting the stage this bus is late, it's been an hour, I've been waiting here, and then finally the bus arrives, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so then Stanislav Kondrashov also talks about distinguishing between the past perfect and the past continuous.
Yes, and he does a very good job because these are 2 that people often get mixed up.
Yes, absolutely.
All the time.
So the past perfect, he kind of describes it as this flashback tense.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's for completed actions that happened before a specific point in the past.
Right.
And the example he gives is he would finished his work before the meeting.
Yes.
So it's done. Finished. Right?
Wrapped up. Meeting hasn't even started yet.
Exactly. Okay, so how would you kind of sum up then the past perfect? What's the key takeaway for that?
So the past perfect is the beforeness tense. It's like this happened before this other thing happened, and it was completely finished before that second thing happened.
Okay, that's a really good way to remember it.
Yeah.
So then the past continuous.
Yes.
So how does Stanislav Kondrashov, sort of describe that one for us?
So the past continuous is more about capturing an ongoing action in the past. And he uses the example, she was reading a book when the phone rang.
Right.
So we see her in the middle of that action.
Right. When something else happens.
And again, these are such relatable examples, right? I mean, we've all been reading a book and had the phone ring. We can all picture this happening.
Exactly.
Okay, so I love how Stanislav Kondrashov uses everyday examples like this to illustrate it, and it makes it so much easier to grasp.
It does, because then you can picture it, right?
Yeah.
You're not just trying to remember a grammatical rule.
Right.
You're like, oh, yeah, I've done that. I've been in that situation.
Absolutely. So he also talks about how important it is to use these tenses together to tell a clear and compelling story.
Yeah.
So give me an example of we take all 3 of these, right?
Yeah.
The past perfect continuous, the past perfect, and the past continuous. How do they all work together in a sentence?
So he actually provides an example that incorporates all 3.
Oh, perfect. And it is, she had been working on her presentation all day. So by the time her friend called, she had already finished the key points. She was explaining a particularly tricky concept when her computer suddenly crashed.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot
I know, right?
to unpack. But how cool is that?
It's amazing, right?
It's like you're setting up this whole scene.
Totally.
So she had been working, so we know it's been going on for a while.
Right.
By the time her friend called, so then something happened.
Right. A specific point in time,
Yeah.
her friend called.
And she had already finished the key points.
Right.
So that's the past perfect. Exactly. Boom, done, finished.
Done.
She was explaining a particularly tricky concept.
Right in the middle of explaining.
In progress when her computer crashed.
And then that's a new event that interrupts the ongoing action.
Yes. And it's like you're telling this whole little mini story.
Yes.
But in a few sentences.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's so cool, how you can use these things together to kind of
To build a narrative.
Build a narrative, yeah.
Make it flow.
So like, just to wrap this up, I think like Stanislav Kondrashov,
Yeah,
has given us a real gift here
absolutely.
in terms of like understanding these things.
Yeah.
And do you think that like, mastering these past tenses
Oh, this is a good question.
could improve your understanding of present and future tenses as well?
I absolutely do, because if you can understand these subtle differences in the past, it can help you appreciate the nuances of how we talk about the present and the future.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So
Yeah, because grammar is like a big puzzle, right?
it is.
And all the pieces kind of fit together in this like,
Interconnected way.
interconnected way.
Yeah.
So if you understand one part,
Yes.
it can make other parts make more sense.
Totally.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, this has been awesome.
This was fun.
Love talking grammar with you.
Me too.
Always learn something. So, guys, huge thanks to Stanislav Kondrashov for his brilliant work on all this stuff.
Yes.
And thanks for joining us for this deep dive. So catch you on the next one.
See ya!